This is example 1 of lesson 4.3, quadrilaterals on the coordinate plane. We are given 3 of the 4 vertices of a square. Now, before I go on to the vertices, vertice simply means corners where 2 lines come together. So vertice means corner. We have 3 of the 4 corners of a square, and they are located at 1, 2. So let's go ahead and place these. 1, 2. So I'm going to start at 0. I'm going to go over 1 because that's my x coordinate. It's over. And then up 2, because positive 2, over, then up. All right there. 4, 2, start at 0, 0, over 4, up 2. And 4, 5, start at 0, 0, over 4, up 5. All right. The first question we're being asked here is, what is the vertex? What are the coordinates of the missing vertex? So we have 1 corner missing. We have a square, but it only has 3 corners so far. So what is the fourth corner? 4 squares have 4 corners. So we're going to use what we know about squares to solve this equation. What do we know about squares? Well, squares are pretty special. We know that they have 4 equal sides. All the sides are the same length, and the same goes for their corners, their vertices. All of the corners of a square are 90-degree angles. The sides and the angles are congruent, which means they are equal. Congruent means equal, the same. So, if we know those things about squares, we can figure out where our 4th coordinate point is. So we're going to start by figuring out how long each of our sides are. Well, we can just count them pretty easily looking at our graph. This point here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. It takes 3 steps to get from one point to another. So our side length for our square is 3 points. Our x goes from 1 to 3. So we are going from 1, 2 to 4, 2, which means our points are 3 units apart. So if we know that, we can find our 3rd point. We know that each corner is 90 degrees, so we're going to go either straight up from this point or straight to the left from this point. I'm going to go straight up from our 1, 2 point. I'm going to go 1, 2, starting at 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. So our 4th quadrant, our 4th point is 1, 5. And I'm going to put that down there because I don't want it to do that. All right. So, that's our first question answered. The next question is, what is the area and the perimeter of the square? Well, we know how to find the area of a square. Area of a square is you take the side and you multiply it by itself. You technically take 2 sides, but since they're the same, you can write it as A equals S squared. Area equals side squared, which is where we get square from anyway. Oops, that's not the button I want to push. So area equals, how long are my sides? Well, my sides are 3. Substituting my value, 3 squared. So, if we solve that, 3 to the power of 2 equals 3 times 3, which equals 9 units squared. All right, our area is 9 units squared. And we can actually see that looking at this. We can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Basically the same thing with perimeter here. We have, let me scroll down a little bit so I can put some space here. We have, what are you doing? Don't be dumb. Thank you. We have our formula for the perimeter of a square, which is 4s, which is just multiply the sides by 4 because they're all the same length. So P equals 4 times 3, since that's the length of our side. So P equals 12 units. Not units squared. We don't measure length in square units. And that is the missing vertex, 1, 5, and the area and perimeter of our square. And that's it.